The other thing I got, and this was on my wish list, even though I already owned the game, is I had on there so somebody else could buy it for me, is Final Fantasy 15 on the Xbox One X. Now, I already own this game on PlayStation 4. I didn't finish it. But I wanted it for the Xbox One X, and I've got it right here, and the physical version, which didn't really help because it still downloaded 80 gigs after installing 30 gigs off the disc. But, whatever. But the neat thing about this was, and I don't think it's got it on the back of the box. It probably does not. But the reason I wanted it on Xbox One X, even though I have it on PS4 and I have a PS4 Pro, is not for the extra content, even though that comes with all the episodes and all the DLC I didn't buy on the PS4. But it had spatial audio support. So it actually works with Dolby Atmos, which is basically means that sounds can come from the ceiling. And Dolby Atmos works with headphones. Any pair of headphones can do this. Or they actually have sound bars that will then, bounce the sounds off your ceiling to get the effect. But I actually have an actual Dolby Atmos setup. Now, the problem here is that it doesn't work. And the thing that sucks is that this has been a known issue apparently for over a year. So let me show you how this does not work. So I actually, and the reason I have Dolby Atmos is because I built a home theater into my basement, and this is also the first time you're actually going to be able to see the home theater here on the stream. So those up there, those are the Dolby Atmos speakers that I have actually in the ceiling. So it's a 5.1.2 setup. But what I'm going to show you here is I'm actually going to go into Final Fantasy 15. I'm loading it up and dimming the lights a little bit. And I have Dolby Atmos turned on. I have spatial audio on, and you'll notice right now the loading screen. It's not smooth. And then it says a Final Fantasy for fans and first timers, and that's not very smooth, is it? I am actually cutting out a lot of stuff here. I'm sped up this video a little bit, but then I go up and I hit the A button that it wants me to hit, and then listen. You'll hear it in a second. Both the video and the audio are not, it's stuttering. And even like when I'm using this, so you can't play the game like this. It's terrible. Because this is supposed to be a nice song. So the fix for this is you exit out and you go into your Xbox One settings. So I am running an Xbox One X, so this is 4K HDR. You go into the settings like I'm about to do here, and you go into your audio output and where you have it for Dolby Atmos for home theater, which is what I usually have it set out. I say instead of Bitstream Out, I go to 5.1 Uncompressed, which is my 5.1 setup, your standard, probably what you have in your house if you have a multiple speaker system. So 5.1 setup, you reload the game, and then it takes its little time, and then the loading, it's very smooth. Everything fades in really nicely. Everything's all snappy, and everything's wonderful. However, there it is. So I can turn the lights all the way out and start to play some Final Fantasy 15. The problem here is the entire reason I bought it is to use those two top speakers, and in order for this to work, I have to disable the two top speakers. Then I can play. This has actually been an issue for quite over a year. I think March of 2018 is when people first heard of this, and the workaround is either A, disable your top speakers, or B, if you're using the headphones, you can run the app. And if you have the app running, the Dolby app running, then it runs fine. However, when you actually have a home theater setup like I do, that's a legitimate Dolby Atmos setup, and not not using headphones, there is nothing to run in the background. There is no app to run. Everything else, I have For Honor from previous Game with Gold, and I have Forza Horizon 4, which added spatial audio support. It wasn't in there initially, but it has it now, and both those work great. And movies sound great with the top speakers. Everything, Netflix works with it. Everything works with it, but this is the only one it doesn't. And I filed a bug with Square, and Square is like, I need you to send me your Xbox version and the version of the game, and I need the error code, and I need when you first saw it, and did you? And I'm like, did you reinstall? What? And I'm like, so that's why I made this video, because I'm going to put this up on YouTube and send it to them and say, look, this is what happens. There's no error code. It's not erroring out. I just can't play it. And it's because I have a legitimate system and I don't have like headphones that allow another app to run. But everything else works fine with it. So I have to basically disable the spatial audio on my Xbox to be able to play the game, and then remember to put it back so when I do actually like watch a movie or something, then I can put it in.